Welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 3. Oh jeez, we're trying to get out of here. And damn. Well, Snake was captured 2 episodes ago, and just went through a rather grueling interrogation where Vulcan tortured the crap out of him, shocked him a bunch of times. He got his eyes shot out, got shot in the leg, and he got beaten up really bad. Well, it kinda sucks. But here he is escaping, and the reason why he was able to escape is because the ghost of some guy went and gave him something that he needed to escape, gave him the frequency he could escape with. Now check this out, transmitter. There's a transmitter buried in his back. Also the fake death pill has been lodged into his leg. The boss shot it into him right before she left. So now we've picked up the fake death pill, so that's okay. We can use that, and we may need it again because, well, we're not armed properly right now. Also, the transmitter in his back we can remove with the fork, but I'm not going to because in a couple of episodes it'll show us something that's kind of funny if I don't. Now, again, I have to apologize for what the video screen looks like right now. There was some weird capturing error, and unfortunately I captured a lot of this game before I realized what the problem was. Another problem that we're going to have right here is we cannot use CQC when in this form. For some reason, it just doesn't work. So, see, I'm trying to use CQC now, it doesn't work. So I get out the cigar gas spray thing that will knock people out instantly as long as they're close enough. So I'm going to use that for now instead of CQC. We also have gotten some single-action army bullets, but honestly this weapon is not very practical. You're not going to be using this too much. It doesn't aim, the accuracy is terrible, you only fire off 6 shots at a time, and it's not very good. So let's just get the hell out of here. And we're going to have to sneak our way out of here. Oh geez, someone saw. Let's try to avoid. Now, we've heard a few things about the backstory of this game in the previous episode, and, well, it's explained a little bit. We've learned what the Philosopher's Legacy is, at least up to an extent. The Philosopher's Legacy is an enormous amount of money. I think he said something along the lines of $100 billion, which in 1964 or 5, whenever this is, was an enormous amount of money. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an enormous amount of money now. If someone handed me $100 billion, I don't even know what the hell I'd do with all that. But in the terms of like a nation state, that's not an enormous amount of money now. But back then, you could think of that as being like $1 trillion. I think that math works out. We've also seen a couple things in the previous episode where the allegiance of Tatiana, or Eva, or whatever you want to call her, is being called into question. Now, we had assumed that she was placed in this area by Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet Union at the time. And, well, I mean, you may still want to think that, but it's starting to get pulled into question because, well, she wasn't there before Vulcan arrived. And I may be talking myself into circles right now, but it was believed that Vulcan believed and Ocelot believed in an early episode that she was the lover of Sokolov, the guy who designed Shagohod. Well, Sokolov doesn't seem to think so. In fact, it's implied that he didn't even know who she was before Vulcan arrived. So it's pretty much assumed that she arrived at the same time as Vulcan did. So, you know, if Khrushchev realized that all this stuff was going to go down, he could have sent her in. But at the same time, I mean, you're telling me the Soviet Union knew that the Shagohod was going to be stolen? That doesn't make any sense. There's just a lot of stuff that's not adding up when it comes to Eva's presence in this game. Also starting to see a little bit of a difference. We knew the boss didn't want Snake to die. We saw that in the first mission of the game where she threw him off the bridge instead of killing him. He survived. I think she intended for him to survive. Also, when he got stuck back into this mission and she met up with him back in the woods. I mean, she could have killed him at that point, but she didn't. Now here we are in the torture chamber. She doesn't want to cut out his eye. She doesn't want to... Oh, look, it's a frog. Shoot it. She did not want to kill him again. She didn't want to cut out his eyes, and... Well, she told him to run right before she left. So it tells him to escape. She still obviously has some sort of attachment to him, even if she did commit treason. But also, and the thing that she shot into his body was the fake death pill, so he could fake his own death. Which that may have been a method of getting out of the jail cell. I'm not quite sure about that. But the using the message that the dead man sent to you was probably a better way, because we can use the fake death pill now if we wanted. But it's obvious that her loyalties, although they seem to be with Volgin up to a point, she's not willing to follow his orders to kill Snake. It's not that I even think that Volgin wants to kill Snake at the moment. He wants Snake alive so we can interrogate him, but she seems to be more interested in protecting him more so than Volgin is. That was a little weird. It is really frustrating that you cannot use CQC right here, because in the event that you could, this section would be so much easier. Anybody who got in your way, you could just judo drop them. You almost went in the hole. Get in there. Oh, but since you can't use that, you have to either... I mean, there's no guarantee that you're even going to be able to find ammunition for the single action army. And even if you do, it's not a very useful weapon. So here we are, running around. The only weapon that we really have is the fork, which is the only weapon that we're going to be guaranteed that we have. The fork isn't a very good weapon, and you can't punch and kick everyone down. That's not a very effective way of fighting either. The cigar spray is the useful way of doing it, but there's no guarantee that you're going to have that, because it was something that you had to pick up in the game several episodes ago, around about the time that we'd seen Granin. So if you didn't pick that up, you'd be in some trouble right now, and it might take you a little while to get out of here. Plus, it's not immediately obvious unless you're smart enough to open up the map and look, which I am apparently not at this point. It's not immediately obvious how you get out of this section, which direction you have to go, and even if you knew the direction, a straight shot there wouldn't be too easy because you had to cross by a bunch of guards. Okay, we're gonna go do some sneaking right now. Oh yeah, also your camouflage system is really no good here because you don't have different forms of camouflage. You have to keep going around in the naked Snake setup. Just run. Where's our radio man? We knocked him unconscious. Let's get out of this section. Oh, he was waiting for us. That sucks. Oh, I have grenades. I could have used grenades. Although I'm not quite sure of the wisdom of using grenades in this area, because you throw a grenade, everybody's gonna come a-running.
I see him.
The cigar spray is actually pretty useful. You didn't even have to stop running, just knock the guy out. You could use CQC, which is pretty difficult to use against the guys with the riot shields. It would have at least have had to stop. What is a real shame right now is I am looking at this game, and I had played this on a PlayStation 2, because I wanted to try and play this on my PS2 emulator on my PC, because I would be able to, the graphics would look better, I could have played it in a higher resolution, the capturing would have been so much better, but I didn't do it that way, and it kind of looks like hell, even if this wasn't this weird color distortion thing. But what really bothers me right now is because recently I had picked up the Metal Gear Solid Collection, which includes Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and Peace Walker. There's a 360 and a PS3 version. I picked up the PS3 version. But the thing is that it not only does it play the game, but it plays the game in HD, which is something which benefits Metal Gear Solid 3 greatly. Not so much 2 and a little bit with Peace Walker, but MGS3 benefits greatly from that because this game was really limited by the fill rate of the PS2. But it looks friggin' fantastic. But by the time I had picked up that game, I had already started this LP, and I've at this point I've actually completed playing the game, even if I haven't finished recording the episodes.
You're really gonna feel the cold with no clothes on.
So I'm really not willing to go back and play the entire thing up to this point, and then finish it again just to go and have a better looking version of this. Sorry about that, but that's the way it's gonna be with me.
When you don't have any clothes on, your body loses heat quickly. That makes you burn stamina a lot faster. Make sure you keep eating. It doesn't need to be clothes. Anything you have that can cover you up should help you conserve stamina.
Pattern clothing, face paint, tactical movements. These are the elements of camouflage that will allow you to deceive your enemy. To camouflage yourself, first press the Start button to check out the survival viewer. Then select Camouflage and you'll see two more options, Face and Uniform. Choose Face to apply face paint, and Uniform to change your field uniform. Simple, really. Make sure and choose something that'll match your surroundings.
Oh geez, I'm really not doing a very good job of evading capture. Maybe I should use the boxes a little bit more. Oh, there's something sleeping over there. What is that? Oh, it's a guard dog. Well, don't wake it up. But we're pretty close at this point to the... We're pretty close to where you have to go to get out of here.
Who's that?
Ah, just take him out. Notice I'm still, like, not killing any of the guards that I'm running across, because, I mean, I could with the single action army, I probably could with the fork too, but I'm not going to do it because of something coming up in the next episode, which will, it's really dependent on you not killing every single person you see. There's our exit, by the way. I ran around like an idiot for a long time. I should have just went here. Okay, we are in the sewer now, and, well, we have a call.
Snake, you're already in the sewers?
Eva, yeah, I just got down here. I'm coming to meet you now. The door at the north end is open, right?
Snake?
Let me guess. There's a problem.
Yeah.
What is it this time?
The Colonel found out you escaped.
He did, huh? I figured as much.
Yeah, and now all of Grozny Grad is on red alert.
Just my luck. But once I'm out of the fortress...
You can't get out.
I can't?
When the fortress went on red alert, they sealed off the sewers.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm serious. And that means the escape route I laid out is...
It's sealed off, too.
Right. And they just sent a unit out looking for you.
Down here?
Uh-huh. They'll be there any minute now. You've got to get out quick.
But isn't the exit sealed off?
You should be able to get out by heading straight north. Book it, Snake. If they find you, you're dead.
The sewers are fairly straightforward how you advance through here. They had single action army bullets over there, so even if you missed them before, you can pick them up now, and you'll probably need them for what's coming up ahead. But the shot through the sewers is fairly straightforward, but it can, it doesn't take that long, but I guess it can mess you up if you manage to take a wrong turn, because it's not a literal straight shot where I just head down this big passageway. I have to go from one side to the other, going through little passageways to try and get around metal bars all over the place. Throw in rations. To pick up another ration. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, people? Let's just go and eat something so we can pick up another item. I wonder if you had thrown food down for one of those guard dogs, if they would have stopped to eat it. I'll have to try that out sometime. This is an area where it's a good thing to have the single action army out, because you're going to run across more guard dogs. And although I was unwilling to kill the people, that unwillingness to kill things doesn't extend to the dogs. So I may gun a few of them down as I'm passing through the sewers. There will be a few guard dogs in the sewers. There's one over there. Missed, missed, missed. It's not a terribly accurate gun. There's no crosshairs, and you can't use the iron sights of the gun because he's firing from the hip. The reason why you'd fire a gun like this from the hip anyway is because it's a single action revolver, meaning in order to fire it, the pulling the trigger only performs the act of pushing the hammer forward to ignite the charge on the bullet. That's what they mean by single action. There's only one action when you pull the trigger, a forward action, whereas a double action would pull the hammer back and then throw it forward. Meaning, in order for him to fire the gun, he has to cock it every single time. And you could, I guess, do that with your thumb, and later on in the game you're going to see an instance where you do that. Dog! But what he's doing there is sort of that old Western movie thing where you slap the hammer down with the palm of your hand and fire it with the other hand. And I guess it would kill your accuracy. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, also notice the single-action army will, you fire the bullets, and just like with when Revolver Ocelot is using them, they will bounce off of the wall. Ricochet. Also note that rule of single action in pistols doesn't apply the way you would think it does to every weapon. Snake's main gun he's had during this game would be that model 1911 pistol he has. Now that's a single action pistol as well, but it's also semi-automatic, so he doesn't have to cock the pistol, and there's some weird reasons for that involving the hammer. The sliding back and cocking the hammer every time he pulls the trigger. But here we have cinematics.
I've been waiting for this. Nobody interfere. This is where it ends. Snake! Don't die on me yet.